Hi, my name is Tracy Chauvin. I'm going to be walking you through internet safety for EDL 850 school law. Let's talk a little bit about the Children's Internet Protection Act. It was enacted in Congress or by Congress in 2000. It addresses concerns regarding children's access to obscene or harmful content. Schools and libraries that receive discounts via the E-rate program are subject to this Children's Protection Act, or CIPA. The protection measures must block or filter pictures that are obscene, child pornography, or harmful to minors. And before adoption of the Children's Internet Protection Act, schools and libraries must provide reasonable notice to the patrons of the community and hold at least one public meeting to address the proposal. Continuing to talk about that Children's Internet Protection Act, in addition, schools have two additional requirements. Their internet safety policies must include monitoring the online activity of minors, and they must educate minors about appropriate online behavior. Schools and libraries subject to the Children's Internet Protection Act must use an internet safety policy addressing access by minors to inappropriate matter on the internet, the safety and security of minors when using electronic mail, chat rooms, and other forms of direct electronic communications, unauthorized access, including so-called hacking and other unlawful activities by minors online, unauthorized disclosure, use, and dissemination of personal information regarding minors, and measures restricting minors' access to materials harmful to them. The Children's Online Privacy Protection Rule. It was enacted by Congress in 1998, and the goal is to place parents in control of their children's information online. It was designed to protect children specifically under the age of 13 while accounting for the dynamics of the internet and its ever-evolving nature. It establishes requirements for sites and services targeted to ages 13 and under to protect and limit the information collected. The requirements for these sites include posting a clear and comprehensive online privacy policy. That's usually the little thing you click when you sign on for something. Providing direct notice to parents and obtaining verifiable parental consent prior to collecting any information. Providing parents with access to their children's personal information to review and or have information deleted. And give parents the opportunity to prevent further use or online collection of a child's personal information. The E-rate program, which was mentioned in one of the previous slides, is the Schools and Libraries program. That is commonly referred to as the E-rate program. It is under the direction of the FCC, and it helps schools and libraries receive affordable internet and telecommunications. So eligible participants must comply with CIPA in order to receive discounts. So that they can have discounts on affordable internet and telecommunications. The discounts range from 20 to 90% depending on things such as free and reduced numbers and enrollment. Participants provide regular documentation to show that they are complying with the CIPA requirements. So for the Shawnee Mission School District, I looked at our board policies, and we have a CIPA policy that was adopted in 2014, and it states that such a plan shall include technology protection measures and such other measures as deemed appropriate to address the following issues. And then it essentially just restates everything that was stated under that CIPA Act on the previous slide. And then it also ensures that the plan is on file with the board clerk and in each school office with internet access, with copies made available upon request. And it also states that the superintendent is the one in charge and responsible for ensuring compliance by completing the federal communication, the FCC forms as required. So let's talk about whether they address all of the requirements. So, having looked at the CIPA policy and the acceptable use policy for the Shawnee Mission School District, they do not address specifically the educating of minors for appropriate online behavior component. So, let's talk a little bit about that. Currently, there is a technology task force district-wide. It is a short-term measure that is made up of various stakeholders, and they are working on policies, procedures, and protocols because we're a one-to-one district, and that was rolled out fairly rapidly about 5 years ago, and there was really not a protocol policy procedure in place to talk about digital citizenship, to talk about safe ethical behavior online, to talk about very candidly with all stakeholders about the protections that the district was going to be putting into place. So they're looking at all of that now to put a comprehensive framework around that. Within elementary schools, digital citizenship visuals are up in classrooms, and digital citizenship is taught during library. I said specifically elementary schools just because that is where I currently work, is 2 elementary schools, and I know that digital citizenship is talked about in that. As a school social worker in one of my buildings, part of our lessons that we do whole class when I co-teach, we touch on digital citizenship, specifically online safety, in terms of online bullying, the cyberbullying, and that is in 4th, 5th, and 6th grade that we talk about that. So, what would I do about it? As an educational leader within my district, I would go talk with the technology department prior to reacting, prior to going, oh my goodness, they don't have this, what should we do? Because I know that there are schools doing components of that, educating minors. But I would go talk with the technology department to see what it is that they have available and what apps, what programs might be good to roll out district-wide. There are online safety programs out there that are free, and having the district vet a program and then endorse that program would ensure that we have a consistent framework for teaching these skills. I would also just continue to enact my digital citizenship lessons within my communities, because that's best practice. We need to be teaching these skills. And so I would have librarian teachers continue to teach, continue to reinforce these skills, continue to model these skills so that we know our students are getting the skills that they need to be 21st century learners. Thank you for learning about internet safety with me, and I look forward to continuing this journey in EDL 850 School Law.